Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Generation Films. My name is Alan. Growing up, me and Ben were always huge Niners fans. But pretty much after the Steve Young and Jeff Garcia era, our team was just garbage for the longest time. But then came this quarterback named Alex Smith. Everyone loved to hate him. He couldn't really throw the ball further than 30 yards, the coaches always threw him under the bus, and the press always made fun of him. But he was this extremely scrappy player who never really gave up, and me and Ben always thought, wow, it'd be kind of cool to see a movie about his life, starring Ryan Gosling, because they look like the same person. And thus started our long-standing tradition of creating these hypothetical football teams made up of only Hollywood actors. Today I'm going to share with you guys my starting 11 offensive players, and for the purposes of this video, we're only going to name actors that are known for acting. We're not going to take athletes who do a little bit of acting on the side, like Tom Brady or Gina Carano, for instance. So first, let's start out with the quarterback. My starter would be Keanu Reeves. He's cool-headed, athletic, and all-around terrific guy. He's a leader without trying to be one, which is exactly what you need when you have a team full of hot-headed actors. He also seems really coachable, which is important because, let's be honest, he's an artist, not an athlete. For second string, we have David Hasselhoff or Woody Harrelson. This is kind of your stereotypical mentor quarterback that was picked up from free agency. He basically has no mobility and he's got about 2 good starts left in him, but that arm of his is still a freaking cannon. They might be completely hammered come game time, but that's okay, they're just there for moral support. Our third stringer is Will Smith. He's a second or third round pick straight out of college. He comes from an option system and was a dual threat QB. The problem is, how will he translate to the NFL? He's smart and has a terrific arm, but he's also big and athletic enough to be a dominating receiver. In the backfield, our starting running back is Ice Cube. He's a no-nonsense old-school one-cut back. He once got hit by a bus while walking home from football practice while holding the football. He didn't fumble the rock, but the accident did destroy his knees. And now he's a no-cut back, and his only move is the truck stick, running backs who juke piss him off, and spin moves scare him and make him dizzy. Even when he's in open space, he seems to gravitate towards defenders, which means he never picks up more than like 20 yards at a time. But at the same time, he can guarantee you 3.5 yards every first down. The last time he actually rushed for a loss was when that bus hit him. Now, we're going to run into third and long situations occasionally, and Ice Cube just won't be able to do anything, so we're going to need a second string running back, and that's where Mike Ealy comes in. He's low-key and people underestimate him, but in reality, he can easily be an all-down back. Well, at least until Ice Cube gets tired of the gladiator lifestyle on the gridiron and retires to do some family-friendly comedies. In this current pass-friendly league, fullbacks are unfortunately dying out. So we're probably going to have to stick to some very simple offensive schemes like I formation. Filling in the position of fullback is Tom Hardy. He might not be an American or know what football is, but he's a pretty selfless guy and he has that silent type of volcanic psycho rage you would want in a human battering ram. Now we're going to move on to wide receivers. First up, we have Chris Tucker. He's loud, he doesn't block or run backside routes, but he's big and easy to find in the end zone, and usually takes up at least 2 defenders. On the other side, we have the extremely reliable Anthony Mackie. He's smaller, not as fast, but he runs crisp routes every time, even if he's on the backside of a run play. He's your typical possession receiver and rarely drops a pass. Then we have Paul Walker. Now, he might be a white boy, but he actually has the fastest 40 on the team. He doesn't have great hands, and he doesn't run great routes, but he can burn safeties all day long. Jeremy Renner rounds out the receiving core. He's basically your Wes Welker type slot receiver. He's small, tough, and smart, and goes over the middle with no complaints. At tight end, we have the dynamic duo of Terry Crews and Dwayne Johnson, 2 actors on our list who actually played football at extremely high levels. These 2 guys will feel comfortable down blocking on a sweep play, but also can be audible out to a slot or wide receiver position and be a nightmare for the defense to cover. Too big for a DB, too fast for a linebacker. Now for the most important part of the team, the big guys at front. At right tackle, we have Rob Riggle. This crazy bastard might not be the best pass blocker, but he loves mauling defenders on a nice power run play. Next to him is Chris Farley, who's even more crazy. He loves nothing more than getting loose at the second level and tossing around linebackers. At center, we have Kevin James. There's a lot more going on in this guy than you would expect, which is why he runs one of the most important units in the offense. At left guard, we have another psycho and the only woman on the team, Melissa McCarthy. Deceptively fast and strong, she's most at home when she's pulling or a part of a trap play. If she feels like a defender has a jump on her, she's not above grabbing some sleeve or some nutsack. At left guard is the always dependable Michael Clark Duncan. No one gets past him, ever. And he eats DNs for lunch. Last but probably not least important is special teams. At punter, we have Jason Statham. Because he's a badass, but he's so British, I can't really imagine him playing football, so he's kind of the punter. I figure he knows how to play rugby or something. Obviously, with him at that position, I would run a lot of fake punt runs just to see what kind of damage he can do. And then at kicker, we have none other than Jean Claude Van Damme. Now, he might be a diva and not get along with the rest of the team, but he's got one of the strongest legs in the business. And he's the only kicker to have successfully converted a field goal even after being blocked. Both the football and the defender went through the uprights. He's also decapitated several holders. Well guys, there you have it. That's my list. Let me know in the comment section below what you think, and let me know what your starting 11 is. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. This is a pretty new channel. It's going to be featuring me, British Ben, and American Ben, and we have some really awesome content planned for you guys. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Alan, reminding you that life is a freaking movie, and you are the protagonist.